So, truth seeker, I also want to acknowledge this. There's always the possibility that it's not a hoax and it's a false flag. In case I'm wrong, I want to let you know there's a video out there that's shot from the rooftop showing a chaotic scene in an alleyway. People are running out, and it shows a man dragging a body down the street that leaves blood behind. Keep in mind, this could be all staged for the purposes of propaganda. It's not beyond our government to go these lengths to lie. They do it a lot. If they really did kill people, it's even worse. That means that our governments truly sponsored the killing of people to falsify their agenda. It's bad enough to lie to us. To kill people on top makes it all the more disgusting, all the more reason this news needs to get out. The man who shot this footage that you can watch online of the chaos below and the dead body being dragged through the streets, his name is Daniel Cini. This name has gematria of 57 and 66. These are both special numbers. Again, if you write out 33, it sums to 66. Notice that Cini has the gematria of 39. The Jewish people identify through the moon. The word moon has a gematria of 57. The reason they identify through the moon is because the Jewish people will point out that in history they have nearly been wiped from the face of the earth only to come back stronger and more full. Just like how the moon routinely disappears in the night sky over its cycle only to come back and be full again. There's a documentary called Four Blood Moons on Netflix. You can watch this. You can learn about all this. It should also be noted that the moon is truly on a 57-year cycle. Every 57 years it does a full reset in the night sky. Very interesting stuff here, Truth Seeker. There's more to gematria than just exposing mainstream lies. And also look at how this video is 51 seconds long. The word conspiracy equals 51. Freemasons equals 51. All this reporting of different numbers, Truth Seeker. Some sources say 128 dead and they blame it on ISIL, the same as ISIS. ISIL has this gematria of 128. So I just want to acknowledge that this footage is out there. I have seen it. It doesn't convince me of anything. If people really did die, it's all the more reason to expose these people. This reporting says the attacks began at 9:15. Think about where that hour and minute hands are at 9:15. On the 9 and the 3. This important number to the Zionists, the word propaganda equals 93. Again, in the 93 World Trade Center bombing. On September 11th, Flight 93 had 33 passengers. Flight 11 hit the giant buildings that look like huge 11s in New York, which is the 11th state. Hit floors 93 to 99. The next plane hit at 9:03. One World Trade Center, the new building there, equals 93. Israel first drawn up on September 3rd. It's not hard to see who's responsible, Truth Seeker. So Wikipedia, within 2 hours of the attacks, had a very detailed report. Wikipedia, definitely edited by these same people that I am exposing. So often in the pictures they put up, they give away the hoax. They love to put up pictures from February 11th, the 42nd day of the year. Pay attention to that whenever you're looking at a Wikipedia article. So often it'll be February 11th that the picture's taken from. Freemason equals 42. They say the first shots were fired in St. Denis, which has gematria of 42. Freemason. Dennis Pythagorean gematria 33. That's what I mean when I say hoaxes by the numbers. False flags by the numbers. False flag equals 33. From the reporting, they say the shooting stopped at 58 seconds. This is concerning because it's or not 58 seconds, I mean the 58th minute of November 14th. 58th minute of November 14th. This is really creepy, Truth Seeker, because the shooting's at a theater, right? I have been exposing on my blog all of this 58 coding and shootings recently. Freemasonry equals 58. Lincoln, the first Republican president, was killed at Ford's Theater in history by an actor. I suspect this was also a hoax. Anyhow, the first assassination attempt on Lincoln happened at the Willard Hotel, having gematria 58. He'd be killed years later at Ford's Theater, having gematria 58. In the time of Obama, there have been 3 major theater shootings, all with the number 58 coded into them. But get this, Obama reopened Ford's Theater on the 42nd day of the year, February 11th, a date with 42 numerology. Not only was it the 42nd day of the year, the numerology of the date was 42. He reopened this theater where Lincoln was assassinated. Obama's from the land of Lincoln. The 3 theater shootings that have happened in the time of Obama have been the Aurora shooting. Aurora equals 74, like Masonic. The shooter was James Egan Holmes, having Gematria 58. The next one was at the Grand Theater. And then the third shooting came on August 5th, which can be written 5/8 or 8/5. They said the shooter used an airsoft gun and a hatchet. Airsoft gun equals 58. The theater name had an 85 Gematria. The theater shooter in Antioch was said to be 58 years old. Some media also said he was 59 years old, the kill number. So predictable, Truth Seeker. CNN calls it the November Paris attacks, having Gematria of 79. We talked about that at the beginning. Murder equals 79. Bloodbath equals 79. Simple English Gematria, it sums to 232, like the word Lucifer. Remember, the Freemasons worship Satan. No wonder they would give a tribute to Lucifer. Lucifer in Simple English Gematria also sums to 74, like Masonic. That use of the word massacre, having the Gematria of 25 and 43 for a minute yesterday. They said that the body count was 43. In this article from Wikipedia, they point out that the day before, November 12th, Lebanon had a terrorist attack which resulted in the death of 43 people, the number of massacre. They're calling this an act of war, just like they called September 11th an act of war. Act of war has Gematria of 33. Put the un in there, it sums to 39, number the Masons love. 39, big number in New York. CNN still rolling, or not CNN, Wikipedia still rolling with the 153 civilians. Remember how that ties back to 113? CNN says suicide vests instead of suicide belts. Well, no matter, it doesn't matter, they have the same Gematria. Suicide vests and suicide belts both equal 47. Suicide vests also has the Gematria of 65, like Knights Templar who were burned at the stake, Friday the 13th in France's history. Yesterday might have been historical payback. They say the shooting took place in 5 different spots, the bombing shooting combo. Something else, Truth Seeker. The article mentions that France has been involved in fighting ISIS in Syria since September 19th, 2014. Notice this is a date with a 42 numerology connection. It's also 420 days later, as of yesterday, November 13th, going back to September 19th. 420. Things went up in smoke. Activist Post, the website, I want to give them a tribute. They have a great article on why this is probably a hoax or a false flag. Lots of interesting coding that they talk about within the article. They don't do Gematria, unfortunately. They should. Maybe in time. But they point out a lot of interesting things, including Fox News' coverage of saying that supposedly one of the suspects said, "I am from ISIS." I am from ISIS has Gematria of 59, like yesterday's date numerology, the date of the attack. Also, numerology of 77. Remember on September 11th, Flight 77 hit the 77-foot tall Pentagon on the 77th meridian, 77 minutes after taking off. There were also the 7/7 London attacks by the numbers. I have a video on that. I am from ISIS, the big way, sums to 131, which is a little bit concerning because Super Bowl equals 131. San Francisco has a Gematria of 59. San Francisco is hosting upcoming Super Bowl 50. Super Bowl 50 will be in 86 days after yesterday's attack. 86, a number often around death and tragedy. There was the recent Turkey bombing where 86 people were supposedly killed. Another hoax by the numbers. Hiroshima happened on 8/6, August 6th, 1945, a date with 33 numerology. Number shows up a lot around death. Remember the words pyramid, symbol, triangle, all have Gematria of 86. We'll see if they have anything planned for Super Bowl 50. If they had a major terror hoax for that day, it would really put people up in arms. Here in the United States, people love their Super Bowl. a love that is growing worldwide. This span from November 13th to the upcoming Super Bowl is also 12 weeks and 2 days, which reminds me of the number 122, which connects with San Francisco. Also connects with a lot of tragedies as well. Freemasons in the Kevin Bacon form sums to 122. Or did I say Kevin Bacon? I meant Francis Bacon. Francis Bacon, Truth Seeker. Another form of gematria out there. So, that's just some speculation. Just remember, should anything happen on September 11th or on Super Bowl 50, it was all foreshadowed within the coding of this event. Part of the reason I do this research is I reveal to people that what they code into these stories often foreshadows the next terror hoax. After the second theater shooting, I said, look at this. The number 58 is coded all over this. And then lo and behold, just days later, we had a shooting at a theater on August 5th, which can also be written 5/8. This is the predictive power of this skill. Understand history, understand numerology, understand gematria, understand the way we are lied to, deceived, made fun of, and you will understand the research I am putting forth. You can replicate this research. You can spread this truth. There's a lot more work to be done. Thank you for watching. Until next time, Truth Seeker.